Have you ever looked into a pair of green eyes and felt you were seeing more than just a color? Not just a genetic trait, but a presence, a landscape, a quiet story waiting to be understood. Modern science will tell you a beautiful story about melanin and the way light scatters, and this story is true. But there is another truth, one that ancient wisdom has always known. This knowing suggests that these unique shades are not just biological accidents. They are living symbols, echoes of the Earth's own soul mirrored in human form. They are maps of a potential, a path, a particular way of being in this world. Today, we journey beyond the surface of what you think you know. We will explore the 7 profound archetypes of green eyes, each one a key to unlocking a different facet of inner strength, ancient wisdom, and the silent language of the soul. This exploration is not about vanity or a hierarchy of beauty. It is an invitation to deeper awareness. So before we begin this journey inward, let me ask you to set an intention. Go to the comments right now and affirm this for yourself and for everyone else in this community. Simply write MYESETRUH, type it, feel it, and in doing so, you declare your commitment to looking past the surface of things, starting with yourself. And if this path of looking deeper, of understanding the subtle energies that shape our lives, feels like coming home to you, then I extend an invitation. By subscribing to this channel, you are not just watching videos. You are joining a community of seekers dedicated to exploring the profound truths that lie just beneath the visible world. Consider clicking that button so we may continue this journey together. Now, let us begin our exploration into the heart of green. Number 1, the forest sage. These are the eyes you feel before you truly see them. They are a deep, knowing green, imbued with the stillness of a 1,000-year-old wood. Think of that feeling when you step out of the noisy world and into an ancient forest. The air changes. Sound is absorbed. Your own frantic energy begins to calm, synchronized with the slow, deliberate rhythm of the trees. This is the energy you feel from a person with the eyes of the forest sage. When they listen, you feel a quality of attention that is profoundly rare. They don't just wait for their turn to speak. They absorb your words like the forest floor absorbs the rain, allowing them to seep down to the roots. In their presence, you don't feel the need to perform or impress. You feel safe enough to be authentic. You feel truly heard. From a space of deep awareness, we can understand this not just as a personality trait, but as a frequency. It is the resonance of ancestral wisdom, the quiet confidence that comes from being deeply rooted in the earth of one's own being. The laws of nature itself reveal that what is most grounded is what can grow the tallest and withstand the strongest winds. These eyes reflect a soul that has learned the immense power of presence. They have mastered the art of being, not just doing. They teach us that true strength doesn't always roar. Often, it is the silent, unshakable power of a tree, content in its own space, giving shelter to all who seek it. To look into these eyes is to be reminded that the most profound answers are never found in the noise, but in the quiet of a settled soul. Number 2, the Jade River. This archetype possesses a clarity that is both gentle and relentlessly persistent. These are not the deep greens of the forest, but the lucid, flowing green of a clear river moving over smooth stones. You have met this person. There is a sense of effortless movement about them, a grace that seems to carry them through life's obstacles without friction. While others might struggle against the current of difficulty, they seem to find the natural path, the way of least resistance. You might ask them for advice, and they won't give you a complex, rigid plan. Instead, they will offer a simple, elegant insight that somehow dissolves the problem, much like a river navigates around a great boulder, not with force, but with elegant persistence. Their very presence feels cleansing, washing away confusion and leaving clarity in its wake. Ancient wisdom teaches us that the greatest power in the universe is not that of the unyielding rock, but of the soft, adaptable water that eventually wears it down. The eyes of the Jade River mirror a soul that has deeply integrated this truth. They reflect an emotional intelligence that is fluid and adaptable. They don't hold on to anger or resentment, for that would be like a river trying to hold on to a single spot. It is unnatural. Instead, they allow feelings to flow through them, acknowledging them without being defined by them. This is the embodiment of what some philosophies call Wu Wei, or effortless action. It is the wisdom of moving with the Tao, the natural flow of life, rather than fighting against it. In their gaze, you find a gentle permission to let go of your own resistance and trust the flow of your own life's river. Number 3, the mossy stone. Here we find a green that is ancient, subtle, and profoundly grounding. It is a soft green, often flecked with tones of gray and brown, like moss clinging to a timeless granite boulder. Picture yourself on a long hike, feeling weary. You find a large, sun-warmed, moss-covered stone and you sit. Instantly, you feel a transfer of energy. The stone's ancient, steadfast presence seems to seep into you, lending you its strength, its patience, its resilience. This is the essence of a person with the eyes of the mossy stone. They are the stabilizers, the anchors in a storm. They may not be the loudest person in the room, but you find your own gaze drawn to them. When chaos erupts, they possess an old soul quality, a sense that they have seen it all before and are fundamentally unfazed. Their loyalty is immense, but it is a quiet loyalty, demonstrated not through grand gestures, but through unwavering presence. The universe itself reveals a fundamental principle. Endurance is a quiet virtue. It is not about a momentary burst of power, but about the ability to simply remain. The eyes of the mossy stone are a window into a soul that understands this on a cellular level. They carry the energy of deep time, the perspective that this too shall pass. They embody a unique fusion of softness and strength, the soft, living moss and the hard, unyielding stone, existing in perfect harmony. They teach us that true resilience isn't about being impenetrable. It's about being able to grow and find life even on the hardest of surfaces. They have learned that time, not force, is the ultimate resolver of all things. Their eyes do not command your attention. They earn it by being a silent, powerful sanctuary in a turbulent world. Number 4, the amber sun. This archetype is where the vibrant life force of green is kissed by the golden light of the sun. These are green eyes infused with flecks of gold, amber or warm brown, creating a dynamic sun-dappled effect. You feel a unique warmth from these individuals, a radiance that seems to emanate from within. They are often the creative catalysts in a group, the ones who bring a spark of inspiration and optimism. When things feel stagnant, being around them feels like standing in a patch of sunlight on a cool day. You feel invigorated, more hopeful, more alive. They laugh easily, and their enthusiasm can be infectious. Yet, beneath this bright exterior lies a fierce, protective core, like a lioness basking in the sun, relaxed, yet aware and immensely powerful. Their creativity is not flighty, it is a focused, intentional force of will. From a space of conscious observation, we see two of nature's most potent forces converging here: the generative, growing power of the green earth and the clarifying, life-giving power of the golden sun. These eyes symbolize a soul that has learned to beautifully balance its earthly, grounded nature with its spiritual, inspired aspirations. The gold flecks are like a window into the inner fire, the creative spirit, the divine spark. These are souls who are here not just to grow, but to shine. They are living reminders that our connection to the earth does not limit us. It provides the very foundation from which we can reach for the heavens. They teach us that true vitality is a marriage of being and becoming. To meet their gaze is to feel your own inner spark, your own creative fire, being acknowledged and called forth. Number 5, the stormy sea. This archetype is perhaps the most emotionally expressive of all. These are eyes that rarely appear as a single, static color, but shift dramatically with mood and light, ranging from a tranquil gray, green to a turbulent blue, green, like the sea before a storm. You know this person intimately. You never have to guess what they are feeling. Their inner world is a weather system visible in their eyes. You have seen their gaze soften into a placid, peaceful shoreline in moments of contentment, and you have seen them flash with the intensity of a lightning lit wave in moments of passion or righteous anger. Being with them is to be close to the raw, untamed energy of life itself. Some might find this intensity intimidating, but those who are willing to navigate these waters find a connection of profound depth and authenticity. There is no pretense here, only the raw truth of the moment. The ancient wisdom found in nature's cycles teaches us a profound lesson: change is the only constant. The sea is never the same from one moment to the next, and this is not a flaw, it is its very essence. The eyes of the stormy sea belong to a soul that is deeply connected to this elemental truth. They have not repressed their emotional nature, they have learned to become one with it. They embody the understanding that emotions are not enemies to be conquered, but powerful energies to be honored and understood. They are the tides of the soul. These eyes reflect a courageous willingness to be fully human, to embrace both the calm and the tempest within, knowing that both are sacred parts of the whole. Their eyes are a powerful mirror, challenging you to embrace the full, dynamic spectrum of your own emotional landscape. Number 6. The emerald flame. This is a green of breathtaking vibrancy and focus. It is a clear, bright, almost luminous green that seems to possess its own internal light source. It doesn't ask for your attention, it commands it. When you encounter a person with the eyes of the emerald flame, you feel an immediate sense of purpose and direction. There is an intensity in their gaze that can be startling, but it is not aggressive. It is the intensity of a finely honed blade or a perfectly focused beam of light. They are often visionaries, leaders, and healers who cut through illusion and get to the heart of the matter. They speak with a clarity that can be transformative, and they inspire action in others not through force, but through the undeniable power of their own conviction. They hold a vision for what is possible and hold you to that same standard. In many spiritual traditions, emerald green is associated with the heart chakra, the center of both love and healing. The eyes of the emerald flame signify a soul who is here to be a conduit for transformative energy. It is the flame of truth that burns away what is false, and the flame of compassion that cauterizes old wounds. They are here to see and to help others see the core truth that resides within. This is not the passive wisdom of the forest sage, but an active, focused compassion that demands change and facilitates growth. They wield their insight with precision, for they understand that true healing sometimes requires a sharp, clean cut. To look into their eyes is to feel your own potential being seen with such clarity that you can no longer ignore it. Number 7. The hidden spring. This is the most subtle and often misunderstood archetype of green. These are pale, almost ethereal green eyes, so light they are sometimes mistaken for gray or hazel in dim lighting. They are like the waters of a hidden spring, pure and unassuming, tucked away from the main path. You may have known someone with these eyes for years, before you truly noticed the color. They are not one for grand displays. They are quiet observers, the keepers of secrets, the listeners in a world of talkers. You feel an immense sense of peace around them, a gentleness that soothes the spirit. They often possess a surprising and powerful intuition, a knowing that seems to come from a place beyond logic. They see the subtle energies, the things left unsaid, the quiet truths that others miss. Their gift is not in what they project, but in what they perceive. Universal law reminds us that the most potent forces are often the most subtle. A seed holds more potential than a mountain. A whisper of insight can change a life more than a shouted command. The eyes of the hidden spring mirror a soul that is attuned to these subtle realms. They are here to hold a space of quiet knowing, to be a source of untainted wisdom for those who are sensitive enough to find them. They reflect the purity of a soul that has not been hardened by the world, but has instead retained its connection to the source. Their power lies in their understated presence, a silent invitation to look beneath the surface and connect with the quiet wellspring of truth within us all. Their gaze is a gift of stillness, reminding you that the deepest truths are always waiting in the quiet spaces you forget to look. So, as we bring our journey to a close, reflect for a moment. Whether your eyes are as green as an ancient forest, as blue as the open sky, or as warm as the good earth, the colors are merely the beginning of the story. They are a dialect in a universal language, a starting point for a deeper exploration of the self. The real journey is not in having a certain type of eye, but in cultivating the wisdom that each archetype represents. Can you cultivate the patience of the mossy stone, the clarity of the jade river, the transformative focus of the emerald flame? This path of self-awareness is a lifelong commitment. It is a promise you make to yourself to continue seeking, to continue seeing, and to continue becoming more of who you truly are. If this exploration has resonated with you, and you are ready to make that commitment to your own path of discovery, then I invite you to make a final declaration. Subscribing to this channel is more than a click on a screen. Let it be a symbolic act, a promise to yourself to continue this journey of looking deeper. Join us, and together, we will continue to explore the maps of the soul, see the truth